Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Nakie and this is Cook with Nakie. Well, as you can see, we're making some red velvet cupcake for Valentine's Day. It is simple, it is easy. Stay tuned and let's get started. For our ingredients, we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're also going to need 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, we're also going to need half cup of cocoa powder. I'm using the Nestle Milo brand. You could use any brand of your choice. I figured I have this, so why not use it? It's also cocoa powder anyway, so just use any cocoa powder of your choice. You want to make sure this is well mixed together, and we're going to set this aside and we're going to continue with the other part of the recipe. So in an empty bowl, I added 1 cup of sugar and 1 stick of butter. I'm using the salted one. You could use the unsalted if you prefer. So I'm going to be using the hand wicks to mix the butter and the sugar together. I'm not going to mix it till it's creamy. I'm just going to mix it till all is well combined together. Then we're going to be adding our eggs. And when we add the eggs, that's when we're going to mix it till it's really creamy. So this is the texture I was talking about. See how it's like crumbs? Yeah, just mix it till it's that texture, and now add your 2 eggs to it. And at this point, this is when we're going to mix it till we have that creamy texture. And guys, this is what we're talking about. You see how creamy that looks? That is exactly that we're looking for. So I'm using my spoon to make sure everything is well mixed together. Sometimes some of the butter or the sugar gets stuck underneath, so you want to use a spoon to mix all together. So it took me for about 5 to 7 minutes to get this texture, this consistency. I'm going to set this aside for like a minute. I'm going to be using heavy cream. Most of this recipe calls for buttermilk, but I'm going to be using heavy cream because I want that creamy taste in my red velvet cupcake. So this was half cup of heavy cream and half cup of water. I'm going to mix that together and I'm going to be adding it to the butter and sugar mixture. So I continue to whisk this for about just 1 minute because usually when it sits for a little bit, the butter separates. So I mix it for 1 minute and I'm adding vegetable oil. This is half cup of vegetable oil, guys. It helps the cupcake to be really moist inside. So that was half cup of vegetable oil. I whisk this for about 1 to 2 minutes so everything is well combined. I'm now going to be adding my vanilla flavor to it. This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor, and this is also optional. This is pineapple flavor. So I'm going to be using like a drop of the pineapple flavor to it. The brand I got was really concentrated, so I just used a little bit, and that is optional. I just love the smell and the taste it gives to the cake. Now it's time for me to add my cream and water mixture. Remember the cream and the water mixture that I did? Yeah, that's what I'm adding. That was 1 cup. But guys, if you don't like that, you could go ahead and use the buttermilk. But when you use this mixture too, it just makes the cake really creamy, that creamy taste. And that's what I love about this red velvet cupcake. Always use a spoon to stir it to make sure everything is well combined. So after you stir it, you want to make sure you whisk it again for about 1 minute. And now we're going to be adding our dry ingredients. And when you're doing this process, you want to do it a bit at a time so all the flour don't splash in your face, especially when you're using the hand wax. So Valentine's Day is around the corner, and this is one of the recipes you could do so you could celebrate it with your loved ones at home, guys. You don't have to spend a lot of money to celebrate your loved ones. It's the thought that counts. Imagine making this at home with your kids, with your husband, with your wife. Just the thought that counts. That's all that matters. Love is not a big thing. It's the little things that count, guys. So don't spend a lot of money. Just go to the store. You probably might have all this at home, and you could make this beautiful red cupcake. Celebrate it with your loved ones, and it will be so beautiful. So on this note, I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day in advance. Usually when we talk of Valentine's Day, we think about just our partners and boyfriends and girlfriends. But it is love. Everybody needs love. Your family, your friends, your co-workers, everybody. So I wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day in advance. So this is white vinegar. I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of white vinegar to it. So it is time to add my red color. This is red food color. So this is what gives that cupcake that reddish color. So we're going to be adding it till we get the color that we want. So since I didn't want to over mix my butter and I really didn't get the color, so I took out the wax and I'm going to be using the spoon. And even with the spoon it helped a lot because there was a lot underneath that was not mixed. So I'm going to be using the spoon and I'm going to be adding more red food color to it till I get the color that I prefer. But guys, if you like the color like that, you don't have to add a lot to it. It all depends on the color that you prefer. But I just want that reddish red velvet color. So if you don't like too much, you don't have to add a lot to it. And this is the color I'm going for. It is reddish, and that's exactly that I want. And see how creamy that batter looks? Yeah, that is the consistency that we're looking for. So I'm going to be lining my cupcake tray with this cupcake liner, and I'm going to be scooping my butter into it. So after this, I bake this in a 325 degrees oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. And in about 30 minutes, our cupcake is ready, guys. Look how beautiful that looks. I'm going to set this aside for it to cool down. And while that is cooling down, we're going to be making our cream cheese frosting. So this was 8 ounces of cream cheese and a half stick of butter. So using my hand whisk, I'm going to whisk this so the butter and the cream cheese is well combined. I'm now going to be adding my 1 cup of powdered sugar, and we're going to continue to mix this till everything is well mixed together. So as you can see, this is well mixed together, and you can see that stiffness. Yeah, that's the consistency you want. I'm just adding my 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavor to it. So as you can see, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of cream, heavy cream to it. This is also optional. It's just that when I add this cream to it, it just gives the frosting some creamy taste. Even though I use the cream cheese, it just add more cream taste to frosting. So that is optional, and if you're using it, make sure you don't use too much, otherwise your frosting is going to be liquidy. I just use 1 teaspoon of heavy cream. And our frosting is ready. It is ready to use, but I'm going to be dividing this into two. I want a white frosting, a cream cheese regular white frosting, and I want a pink one. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just adding a drop of the red food color to this to give it that pinkish color. You don't have to do the pink part if you don't like it. It's just because we're in the Valentine's season, it's more of like pink and red colors. So I just wanted to incorporate that. So that's why I did that. So I'm just frosting this onto the cupcake. I tried my best. It wasn't that bad. I tried it. I'm not good at frosting, but I tried my best, guys. But if you're good at it, just bring out all your artistic skills and do whatever you can. You could add more design if you prefer. So yeah, these are our cupcakes. I'm just adding a little bit of the cupcake crumbs to the white one to give it more design, more color to it. I didn't add it to the pink one because it would be too much, so I added some of the cupcake crumbs to it to give it that colorful design. So as you can see, I'm just adding this cupcake topper that I got from Amazon. It is optional, but it just makes the theme really beautiful because it's Valentine's Day and it just represents so beautiful. So if you want one, just get it from Amazon, and it was so beautiful adding that to it. So I'm cutting one of the cupcake for you to see the inside, guys. This cupcake was really moist. It was really good. I hope you give this a try, and I know you're gonna love this. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you give this a try, and I know you're gonna love it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Until I come your way next time, please subscribe to my channel, like and share. This is Cook with Nakie. Be good to yourself, be good to everybody. It goes a long way.